lot of the Chinese manufacturers are actually a couple business. So what that means is they can making stuff 24 hours. Their manufacturer is just at home. Then their home is their manufacturer. They wake up, they work. They wake up, they work, they eat their work, they go to toilet, the machine is no stop. The machine is no stop. And for couple business, you don't need to pay yourself high salaries. You don't have the trade union like workers unions uh, that will go against the boss or the investors. And also, Chinese people are really like buying houses, so you don't have a high cost of rent. And for example, the in like east East China, like Southeast China, actually a lot of manufacturers have a free premiums because the government want to promote trade. They want to promote more trade, so they give free kind of a warehouse for the factory, and the people just live inside the warehouse, like Elon Musk sleep in the office. The only difference is they're a couple business. They don't need salaries, and for one item, they probably they can earn less than, like, I would say, 2 cents, and then they will export maybe thousands of millions of that items to make money. That's that's how China work. Um, okay, I'm sorry. I can see one person. Thank you for joining in this room. I'm a little bit cold. Let me just go get a clothes. Just a second. Sorry for wearing a nightgown. Yeah, that's a problem of UK because I live in an old house, and although outside is you can see it's so sunny, but inside the house is very cold, and the switch for the heater is downstairs. So because I live in a house, so yeah, so I decide to not to go in. Uh, yeah, so let's keep going. Oh, that person is gone. Uh, yeah, let's keep talking about the U.S. trade. Yeah, so come from my kind of I was a little bit sad that person is left. Anyway, uh, talking about my result of, if America want to restart the manufacturers, they need a lot of technologic people, um, which well, mostly come from China, uh, and then that will just cause the issues of Trump's immigrations, the immigration policies, because we know Trump don't like immigrations, um, but can he accept that you know a majority of people walk on the street of America? Um, I mean, one of the majority of people America is Chinese. I don't know. Let's see. Fingers crossed. We kind of don't get um, hated uh, like in histories. Um, that's why. That's kind of why the reasons I'll speak English in these channels, because my English is not like perfect. I know I got a English wife, But you know, uh, it's only for daily kind of life. You don't need a lot of English to actually make a English woman to love you, because there's something else you can do. Oh, there's the one person joining and left again. But anyway, uh, because this is my first video, so I was a bit kind of nervous. Yeah, so America will have a lot of Chinese people flow in, and then they can rebuild their manufacture. But the problem is Trump's policy can only last for 4 years. I don't think he if the tariff keep going on, I don't think he will win the next elections because uh, he already heard some kind of society benefiters interest like Wall Street, and also some people who actually making monies from the U.S. government by give Elon Musk a job, the DOGE, uh, and the people who own the Wall Street or who are beneficial of Wall Street control the media. That's why in the next few months you will see a lot of negativities, negative news for Donald Trump because um, you know this word is only controlled by maybe 50 people or even less. Um, from my like 20 years working experience is if you have a boss, he will have a boss. His boss's boss will have another boss, and eventually, you know, like deep state. I believe there is a deep state, and then above the deep state, I think there will be a god or someone who actually create this word. I agree that Elon Musk is saying our world is a virtual, is not real. Okay, here I want to add a kind of a my personal experience. So once I went to another city and I see a person who looks really like my dad, and he have exactly the same jacket of my dad, and he had the same height, same hairstyle, and the same skin colors because my dad is not like normal Chinese people. Is yellow. He's a bit tan, and his face is not very smooth as well. And that person is exactly like that and wearing the same jacket. So so I tried. So first I was shocked, and second I tried to call him, and he didn't answer. And when I talk with some people around me, they all have the similar experience. So what that means is, maybe we just an NPC or in the game, like we just some characters, and maybe the god just to create the same characters because maybe God sometimes lazy, they just want to copy and paste. Yeah, that's why I think this word is just a virtual word. Yeah, talking about the negative news for Donald Trump. So this could be internal issues for Trump. I was actually quite surprised why Trump don't clear all the enemies in United States first, and then start to tackle in China. Because you know, imagine a person if you want to, or a family, if a family want to, go up or make some achievement, you have to make agreement with each other inside first. But Trump didn't. He did the DOGE, didn't go as well, and he just stopped doing this now. Um, I don't know what the Democratic Party was doing at the moment. Maybe they are preparing for a bigger retaliate to Trump because the DOG have I can see substantially hurt their interest. Yeah, so inside America, there's still have conflict, and he start this conflict outside with everyone. I don't understand what he's saying. The only thing I can let me turn off the phone. The only thing I can think is maybe Trump want to try to use this tariff to fight with Wall Street, because if you can see the history of America, uh, America has actually come from Europe. That's why America can still easily control the Europe, because they basically are a same people. They come from European families. They just make money in America, and they still have asset and wealth in Europe. They already This is called old money. Like, they are old money that they just moved from EU to America. And then a second kind of a driving force in America is Wall Street, right? The media, which is controlled by Jewish people. Um, Obviously, Jewish people is most cleverest people in the world, and they control the currencies. They control how money was printed and money was flowing. Um, yeah. So okay, now let me add another background story. So basically, America is not controlled by the American government. The America is actually controlled by America Reserve. The central bank of America. Uh, because I don't know if you heard of the saying, the old saying of, I don't need to control the power of the country, but I can control the generation of the dollars, and then I can control these countries. So that's why the latest economic education is always saying, oh, if we print more monies, there will be inflations. If we increase the interest rate, there is a deflations and there's austerities. This education is all backed by this Wall Street Jewish people. They want to try to let you believe that things changed or happened is all because money. And who control printing the money is U.S. Federal Reserve. And the U.S. Federal Reserve is the most, I would say, untransparent, distransparent organization in the world, and they control the world because U.S. control the world. Like, U.S. is the, I would say, the king of the world. Uh, so the U.S. Federal Reserve is actually working like a big parasite in America to, you know, to kind of the parasite on the whole world. How they parasite is by, number one, printing the money and creating inflations. So, you know, they they have a lot of debt. So when the inflation goes up, that means they just need to kind of give less money because money's value devalued because of inflation. And number two is by money flow in the country and then flow out. Like Soros, how Soros shorted Asia's economies in 1997. So when the economy collapsed and the American dollars come in the country again to taking their good asset, and by that way they kind of control that country because imagine in your daily life every single company provide the necessities to you is controlled by Wall Street, controlled by America um, financial giant, of course you will control the countries, and America have the strongest military power. So if the country trying to take this uh, take this business who controlled my business, oh, I don't like you to, suck on my people's. Uh, the American militaries or CIA were doing a color revolution, for example. They control the medias. They have CNA, they have ABC, they have Forbes, Economist, like Financial Times, like all the all the main media you can see is controlled by America until TikTok come. Anyway, that's another story. Is quite interesting. So yeah, that's how America Federal Reserve control America and also control the world. And who actually make them the most of the money is Jewish people, obviously, because they are control the world. That's why Israel can do everything they want because they are actually the invisible king of the world. They are invisible king of the world. So maybe I think Trump's tariff is for them because Trump's obviously want to, you know, take back the power of American government. Uh, Although American government have the legal powers, right? Um, you know, they can, give policies and give kind of things, but they still have to borrow money from Federal Reserves. They still have to be, nailed down for this kind of a, like Elon Musk said, this invisible kind of a monies are printed by click on the 14 ghost computers in Federal Reserve. So yeah, fingers crossed. Donald Trump is not for China, and is for them, which I totally support. And come back to China. Why China have to retaliate? Why is other countries are just bow down of saying I'm sorry, America. You can do whatever you want. We will set up an import tariff to zero to all America good. Uh, so number one, Chinese economy is very reliant on two things. One is property, house market. Two is export. So America export literally count 40% of China's GDP. So 40% of China's GDP is actually export uh, goods to America. So you can see how America and China have relied on each other so much. So it's like I like this kind of a metaphor. China is a mommy and America is a daddy. So daddy make money and mommy make food, like make clothes to the kids, and all the rest is kids or uh, Europe. Europe is like I would say daddy's brother, or from daddy's family anyway. Yeah, so it's not relevant to Europe. So if you think in a family, if you are kids and daddy and the mommy are fighting, you as a baby, as a child, will you be in a good life? Obviously not. So your mom stopped to produce food and clothes to you, and your dad stopped to give money to you. So obviously you have a very bad life. So here is the predictions. So in the next, I would say 10 years, it will be the winter of the world. So I would suggest to reduce your borrowing, uh, start saving money, learning a skills that um, is rare and less replicable, like me now doing the YouTube. Uh, no, I'm just doing YouTube for fun. So in this winter time, uh, you can still survive. You can still making money, find a job, or you know have passing this winter time. And once the winter is gone, the next 10 years will be spring and summer. Uh, in China we call it circle. Every 6 years is a circle. So if you think this year is 2025, 6 years ago is 2065, and when the 2065 to 2075, if you see history, I think you will understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So coming to the conflict between the Angli, like uh, like the local American people or local European peoples fight with Jewish people. Um, I would say for ordinary people is good opportunities to invest some asset. So here is the suggestion and prediction again. Um, Number one is because the world is now so chaos. So obviously the stable asset will be more valuable, like gold, like Japanese yuan, or like uh, uh, some properties in some big cities, some cities that have a high demand, because the logic behind the property is population and the economies. Um, oh, sorry, I got a parcels. Just give me 1 second. Hello. Yeah. So I got air filters. That's the one item I would suggest as well. If you have hay fevers or pollen reactions, uh, this is like a very good brand. It's called IQ Air. IQ Air. Uh, they use this air filters in hospital as well. So if you have this issues, you can have a look. I bought on eBay um, for a second-hand one. It's about £700, something, but it's really good. Um, it's better than the Dyson's one. Anyway, so talking about the investment. So at this chaos time, I would suggest gold, Japanese yen, or certain properties in big cities, or REIT. REIT is like an index for the property price, because they all quite a stable kind of items. So when American stock market and all the stock market around the world is like tumbling or moving up and down, they will keep going up because the people will withdraw their investment from this market to gold. Um, I personally bought some gold and I mean the gold ETF, and also the gold mines, like gold mine who make the gold. Um, the, this, the price for gold mines is already, I think it's increased 30%, 30 to 40% already. It's a UK company, start with F. I think it's fresh or something. And the gold I bought quite early. I bought last year, so at the moment, I think it's already increased 25%. The only things I lost money is on the U.S. stock market because Donald Trump. Uh, yeah, I think his targeted is Federal Reserves. Um, you know, forcing them to drop the interest rate. But the problem come again. The reason that people moving money to America is because the interest rate is high. Because for example, the interest in Europe when you put in the bank is 1%. But if you move this money from your bank to America, you can make a 5% interest. So here is how you can make money: is you borrow the money from the EU bank. The interest rate, for example, 3% or 2 or 3%, you can borrow from EU's bank easily, and then you move the money to America, you make 5% interest. So that 2%, 5 minus 3, 2% is the money you can just earn without doing anything. You just need to move the money. You just need to move the money from EU to dollars. That's easy. And then, but the problem of that is uh, when America interest rate is high, America government and America companies have to pay a high interest back to Federal Reserve. That's why I suspect the tariff war is actually a genius idea to uh, draw the attention between China and America. Actually, the real target is U.S. Federal Reserve. Um, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What is the topic? I can't remember the topic I was at today. I think that introduce myself and the Trump's tariffs. So you can see Trump have stopped the tariff to all the countries except to China for 90 days at the moment because he already had 20% tariff with China in his first president kind of a first president first presidency in his first presidency. So now he increased 125% plus that 20% before. The actual tariff between China and America is 145%. No company can make that money. No company can make that much profit. So the actually trade between China and America, uh, like directly trade from China to America, will stop. But Chinese people are clever. They just move their manufacture to Mexico, Canada, um, like move to Vietnam, Indonesia. This word is quite big. Uh, or you can just move to even to Africa and EU. It's a big word. Like it's not that hard to start manufacture as long as you have it. As I said, the most important one is people. Is the you know technology people, the people who can actually set up the machines and actually can can work 24 hours, 720. So the couple business in China, they work like 24 hours, 7 days a week, never stop. Um, and yeah, that's the Chinese government imposed to people in China. I won't encourage that because you know for me, I think my dream or the things I want get for this life is get married and have kids, which I already have. Thanks God, give me that. um, but from the government perspective, they want the country to goes up. That's what happened in China. So, the last person is gone. Okay. If no one is listening, today is just stop here because I need to go to the studio to work. I'm doing this because I'm a bit bored, just waiting for the air filter to arrive. It just arrived. So I will see you tomorrow at the similar time in the morning. Because I think in the morning I will have a clear mind and a better what? Um, a more active, a more kind of a high. What? Who's knocked the door? Anyway, high spirit. Anyway, see you later. Bye.